I'm at the community garden and it is sleeping right now because we haven't officially opened the garden up yet. May 6th or 7th, everybody's going to come and clean up their beds and plant things and chit chat, and hopefully lots of people come and we can have the community. So, all right, let's get this gate open and show you what's happening in the garden. It's beautiful anytime you come to the community garden. Right now, everything is sleeping. Some of the perennials are coming up. Folks have planted garlic and things like that. There's some residual kale. These folks have got garlic all the way down the end there, and you can see where some folks have used the free compost that was dumped for us to use and the mulch. So, like I said, some of the gardens need to be cleared out of weeds, and some folks have gotten here early. So it all depends. Some people are retired and some people are, young families with kids, and some people are working full time. So you get different groups of people coming to the garden at different times. Got some residual kale here. We got lots of dandelions. So that is great for the bees. Once the bees get out, they'll have something to eat. We try to plant flowers in here to bring the bees and the butterflies and the birds. So all those contribute. So some of these things have gone to seed, which is great for the birds. And then some of these beds are laying in wait for better weather. These folks have got their lines all marked. I'm not sure what they've planted. There's no, markers in there, but that's all right. It's always fun to discover. Now these folks are putting up their deer protection, I'm sure. Oh, we got a nice little rhubarb plant. This is the season. Rhubarb's really easy to grow, but it takes a few years to establish. So every spring, put a load of compost around it, and that's all it really needs. I use black cow. That's something you can get at Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. So these 2 rows are the beds my daughter and I share. And as you can see, my garlic is fabulous. I put some compost in there for them. They're going to be putting on roots and all that kind of stuff, so they need that. This is my pollinator cultivator garden. I've got a bunch of perennials in there, and I have a bare root hello yellow milkweed that I'm going to plant right where that stick is. And then I've got purple coneflowers, and I've got hyssop. We got some onions sneaking in here. Here is my rhubarb. I planted this from seed about 3 years ago. And we need to take these things off. You don't want any seed heads, but we've got a lot of very pretty, healthy growth in there. And like I said, rhubarb, put it in a spot where it can establish itself and give it some nice compost. That's what it likes. Now, in this bed is where I'm going to put my green stalk vertical planter. And I'm going to put a couple of pavers down in the middle here, just to level off the ground. And then over in this side, I'm going to be planting carrots and beets and radishes and some more onions. Maybe, I don't know what I'm going to plant over at that side, but it's so exciting to plant everything, to plan on it. So this bed is for my onions, and I've already got onion transplants that I grew from seed, and then I have some plants that I got from Renee's garden, and also some plants I got from Dixondale Farm. Dixondale Farm are fabulous, so if you haven't ordered from them, they're great company. And because I'm in 6A, I need to plant long day onions. That just means that they need a long day of sun in order to form a bulb. And that's about 12 to 14 hours. So that's why I'm planting the long day. Now here, this bed I've also amended, put some compost in there. I'm going to put a teepee up, 6 legs, and then I'm going to plant pole beans, green ones and yellow wax ones. And then every other leg of the bamboo pole, I'm going to plant some morning glories, some red ones and some blue ones. I've already started the seeds at home. And the reason why I'm planting the morning glories is because deer don't like morning glories and they like green beans. So I'm hoping it may be a deterrent. If it's not, it's okay. The green beans will put nitrogen back into my soil, and that's a good thing. So with gardening, you always have to have a plan A and a plan B. So these are my hardneck garlic. Planted that in October. They look gorgeous. And I put some compost down on there. And these are some little bits of plants that I planted from the scape. Hardneck garlic puts off a scape, and it's kind of a seed pod, but it's not. The little bits that look like seeds are called bulbils, and you plant those, you get like 1,000 or something like that in one ball. So I'll show you that when I've got some. I think I have a picture of it. So I don't know what varieties those are, but garlic is garlic. I'm still going to use it in the garden. In the kitchen. So very excited that it's almost time to officially get this garden open. Now there's not much going on the other side. That's where the share the harvest is. But I'll just give you a picture of how big the area is. All that green grassy area they're gonna clean up and plant some stuff. And then these are our beds for people that are disabled, can't bend over, that kind of thing. So that's what's going on there. And this is going to be one of my pet projects right here. This corner. This is where the deer come in. I don't know if they come in somewhere else, but my thought was to plant some plants they don't like. More morning glories growing up this fence. Maybe some lavender, maybe some sage. Lamb's tongue, they don't like that plant. And then the other method I'd like to try is a double fence. And what you do with a double fence is you have one fence and then you have 4 feet of space and then a second fence. And the idea is the deer won't jump into that empty space because it's not big enough for them to land, so they don't go into that space. Oh, and the other thing I've seen people do is to put up a perimeter, put up some T-post and then wrap some heavyweight fishing line, the monofilament fishing line, and that way the deer don't see it at night, and when it rubs up against its chest, it's skittish and runs off. So I'll see how that process works. I have some spots in my own backyard that I might do that and see how it works out. So lots of plans, exciting time at the community garden. So let me know what you're doing for your gardening. Are you gardening in an apartment? Are you gardening in your backyard? Do you have a community garden or an allotment garden? Leave me a comment. Hit subscribe because that helps my channel. And like I always say, I'll see you in the next one. Happy gardening.